All right, what's going on, everybody? It's Eric with Morse 4x4 Center. I'm coming back at you with a product review today. We've got Bushwacker's flat style fender flares. We got it on Glenn's Jeep today, so stay tuned. We're going to take a look at these puppies and I'll go over all the details and what we like about them. All right, so today we're looking at these Bushwacker flat style fender flares. Now, this is Glenn's Jeep here, and believe it or not, he's got 35-inch tires with only 2.5 inches of lift. How is that possible? Well, that's with these flat style fender flares. I know what you guys are going to say. You're going to blow up my comment section and say, Eric, I've seen 35s on a JK with only 2.5 inches of lift and stock fender flares. That's totally true. You can definitely achieve that, but off-road, if you take this thing out and get any type of suspension flex, you're going to rub the fenders right off of that Jeep. The flat style fender flares, what they are designed for is to give you clearance underneath the fender flare, so you have tons of room for suspension travel, so when you take this off-road, you can have a low center of gravity with the biggest amount of tire. That is the whole goal of these Bushwacker flat style fender flares. All right, so let's talk about the details about these flat fender flares. Now, as far as coverage over the top of the tire, these are going to be the same as the factory fender flares. So you've got 9.5 inches of coverage in the front, and in the back you've got 4.75 inches. But again, what you get is a ton of clearance underneath the fender flare. Now, also, these fender flares are 50 state legal. They come with a LED front side marker. Now, keep in mind, you do have to cut and splice the LED side marker into your factory wiring. Just something to keep in mind. Now, also, this comes with all of the mounting hardware. It is 100% bolt-on. There is no drilling, no cutting. Definitely a very easy install. As far as installation, I'm going to give it a 1 out of 3 on our mall crawler scale of difficulty. Now, one thing to note is if you want to keep the factory original fender liners, you will have to cut and trim those. So just keep that in mind. You don't have to run inner fender liners, but if you want to have those, keep the factory ones, some very light trimming. So have a Dremel tool ready, maybe some tin snips and some sandpaper to smooth things out. You'll be good to go. All right, now I want to talk about the construction of these fender flares. Bushwacker has a proprietary material called THERMOPLASTIC 2000 TPO. It's a very strong material that these fender flares are made out of, and also very flexible. So if you're out there on the trail, you happen to rub these things into a tree, a rock, or in the unfortunate event that you are in a collision and you hit one of these fender flares, they're going to bend right back into shape. Super durable. I really like that. Now, Bushwacker also takes the time to UV treat the fender flares. We're here in Florida. The sun absolutely destroys everything. But if you're running Bushwacker, you don't have to worry. They've got you covered. These fender flares are going to be looking fresh year-round for many years to come. Definitely really like that. They take the extra time to protect your investment. These fender flares aren't exactly cheap. They're not overly expensive either, but you definitely know you're getting a quality product when you go with Bushwacker. Okay, so to briefly summarize again, the Bushwacker fender flares, you've got factory tire coverage, but you gain a ton of clearance underneath, so you can fit a larger tire with the least amount of lift. That's the whole goal with these flat style fender flares. So the days of lifting your Jeep 6, 8, 10 inches are over. You can clear huge tires with a very small amount of lift. Now, if you guys have any questions whatsoever about these fender flares, definitely feel free and speak to one of our Jeep experts by calling us, 1-877-553-5337. You can also write us an email by typing in sales@morse4x4center.com. Now, of course, you could see these fender flares and all of Bushwacker's other products on our website, www.morse4x4center.com. Now, guys, if you have not already, definitely click that subscribe button. Make sure you follow us on YouTube, on also social media, on Facebook and Instagram. We are posting content daily that you do not want to miss out on. And also, when you're checking out our website, hit that subscribe button for our mailing list so you can be the first to receive all of our gear reviews, product updates, all the Morse 4x4 news, and also receive the latest promotions that we run throughout the month, every single month. I'm Eric with Morse 4x4 Center. I appreciate you guys watching so much, and I hope to see you out on the trail.